And this, ladies, is why you don't live with men. This TikTok starts off with the young lady who posted it sobbing, breaking down, crying. She says that the food that was supposed to last her and her man for 2 days, her man ate in one sitting.
This woman cooked for she and her man or her family. But then when she made the food, in her head, she's like, you know what, this food is going to take us for 2 days. But then a man came back and ate the whole food. And now she's on the internet crying and sad, like watching him eat the whole food that was supposed to last for 2 days. And he ate it like a snap of a finger.
And this, ladies, is why you don't live with men. This TikTok starts off with the young lady who posted it sobbing, breaking down, crying. She says that the food that was supposed to last her and her man for 2 days, her man ate in one sitting. I really need y'all to understand. These men are not asking you to move in with them or saying, oh, we should live together because they love you and they want to take care of you. The reason they want y'all to live together is because they love themselves and want you to take care of them.
Yeah.
He will become your burden when you live with him. There is no partnership. These men are intentionally sabotaging you. And I'm willing to bet a foot that the only reason that he got that hungry and wanted to eat that much food was because she told him that the food was supposed to last them for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
In his mind, he saw that as a challenge. And now you have to figure out how you're going to continue to feed the both of y'all. Stop moving in with men. Stop living with men. If you need a roommate, find another woman you trust and live with her. Live with a man and you will live to regret it. They are going to demand meat with every meal and they're going to eat 80% of the food that you bring into the house, but probably only contribute 20 or 30% of the money for that same food. Don't do it. They are parasites. I am telling you, don't do it.
So I'm making this video to explain to you why this happened, right? Because me and my wife find ourselves in this predicament all the time, and it usually ends with her getting mad at me for eating food in my own damn house that I 9 times out of 10 help pay for. Now, I'm not going to tell you what you need to do to resolve it because I know women don't like to be told what to do, but I at least can give you the answers in hopes that you can come to that conclusion on your own. All right, cool. The first thing we got to understand, right, is that men eat more than women in general. The reason for this is because men in general are bigger than women, and in some cases by a large amount. Because again, y'all want all these dudes that's 6 foot plus and built like football players, right? Well, this is a result of that. Bigger guy equals bigger appetite, and that only goes up, right, if he is physically active or has a physically intensive job. It's that simple. Now, I recognize that some men are walking around here big backed and big boned as hell, right? And that's an issue in and of itself, right? But in general, men eat more than women. I'm a big analogy guy, right? So I'm going to explain this to you using an analogy you would understand, right? Most women, and this is not an insult, I promise you, most women are Toyota Corollas, right? If I was trying to insult you, I would say Sentra. But anyway, I digress. V4 engine with a compact body. Don't really take much gas to run that, right? That's why they're so affordable. And again, this is not an insult. Corollas are great cars. They're going to last you a lifetime. Very low maintenance to works. Trust me, I'm not even trying to insult y'all. What did it take to fill up a Corolla, right? I want to say maybe $20, $25. Easy. And that's with gas at $3 a gallon. Back in the day, that shit used to cost you 15 bucks maximum. The average man, in comparison, however, got that V6 engine, 6 cylinder. So sticking with the Toyota analogy, that's the V6 Camry. Bigger body, bigger engine, needs more fuel, right? It probably take $40 to fill that thing up, if not 50 in modern times. Now, here's the kicker though, right? Most women, when they're searching out for a man, they want that man that's 6 foot plus. Big body, muscular. They want men so big and strong that they feel dainty just standing next to it, right? That's what y'all want. That's what I hear on TikTok all the time, right? I want to feel safe. The comparison to those men are Toyota Tundras. V8 engine, big, massive body, powerful, strong, and needs a ton of gas. Y'all have essentially copped Toyota Tundras, F-150s, Raptors, Expeditions with the giant wheels and got them lifted, right? And y'all are complaining about putting gas in that car. It's hilarious, bro. It really is. Let's take me, for example, right? I'm 6'1", 280 solid ass pounds, bro. And I lift weights 5 days a week. And I'm not talking no itty bitty weight neither. Now I'm in that bitch moving like Franklin say. I'm moving big weight. So of course, my appetite would be bigger. Of course, I would need more food because I'm a bigger guy. My wife is 5'4", and when she cooks, she always complains, this food was supposed to last us a week, and I knew in my head when it came off the stove that it wouldn't. Listen, I'm not going to tell y'all what to do, right? But I think the solution here should be obvious. Now, how you want to go about it, that's on you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But please understand, if you got a big guy, he needs a lot of fuel. So don't get on his case for going after what he needs. That's all I'm saying.
I get so viscerally angry at just seeing a post like this and then seeing how many likes it has and then going into the comments and it's full of women commiserating with this exact experience, except for it's somehow worse. Their husband somehow does it more and is somehow even more thoughtless and more selfish than the husband before. I have read so many stories about this on Reddit. I have seen this with my own eyes in real life. And we need to talk about this because this is not about the food, okay? This is about male entitlement, narcissism, and selfishness at the end of the day. And I think this behavior is so infuriating because it's more of a metaphor about how much more men take than they ever give. And they really do all of this with all the confidence and the audacity of somebody who's never had to cook a meal before in their life. You know, they were not standing over the stove, chopping, dicing, and boiling, seasoning, and doing all this stuff, and like standing on their feet for hours on end. They really show up, and not only in your kitchen, but in your life to take. And in exchange, most of them will claim that they provide. Yeah, you provide $60K a year. That's why you've got your wife in the kitchen, busting her ass over a stove, trying to make a meal that will last her more than one day, because you are taking more than you're giving. Nobody bringing home a $60K yearly salary deserves a personal private chef.
Sure.
Let alone deserves to come home and eat the entire meal that she made that was supposed to last you 2 days, you and your family. The amount of stories I've read about men like this who eat the food without leaving enough for their children to eat, and yet will want to be seen as the leader and the alpha of their household. You take food out of your wife and children's mouths. You create more work for your wife than you provide her in return. This is not worth it. I don't know how y'all do it. This is absolute craziness. It's the way that they don't know how to share. They only know how to consume. This is what you risk by letting a man into your life. I'm so serious. It's just like never having the mental peace of somebody who can think 1 or 2 steps ahead with you, not for you, with you. Somebody who can consider that your labor is painstaking and valuable. For somebody who could consider that instead of grabbing yet another plate of dinner, they may just need to eat a bowl of cereal or grab a piece of bread or do something that doesn't up your entire dinner schedule for the week. They see the leftovers, they see the extra food, and they take it as a challenge. Actually, like, this is so crazy making to me that I actually did research on this. I was like, has anybody studied this behavior? And like the only studies that came up was like, yeah, you know, we don't really see this behavior in animals. Yeah, no shit. Calling a man an animal would actually be a compliment. Animals don't overeat. They don't gorge themselves the way that human men do. This is not even a typical behavior in animals. But what the researchers came up with is that this is basically another dick measuring contest. It's another way for men to feel macho and masculine at your expense because they cannot give themselves that feeling. They always need to externalize it. They always need to feel like they did something, they impacted something, they like made somebody's life more difficult, and that's impact enough for them. It's pathetic. It's infuriating. Like, imagine a man who thinks of himself as a provider comes home and starts hoarding the food that you made with your time, with your labor, with your effort, with your blood, sweat, and tears. Like, cooking every day is such an exhausting thing. You try to save yourself one day of cooking so you could probably clean the house or take care of the kids or take the kids somewhere or do something that's useful for the family the next day, and this man is just going to come home and make a challenge out of trying to eat all of it. All of it. And all the advice in the comments was like pathetic. Oh, put it aside before he gets home and like hide it in the fridge. What? This is supposed to be your husband. This is supposed to be your partner, your life partner. Why is he getting off on eating as much food as possible, taking it out of your family's mouth? That is an enemy. That is not a provider. That is not a husband. That is not a father. That is a weirdo. It's the same exact mindset of taking so much more than they give that allows him to do this. The same mindset that allows him to sit there and scroll on his phone while you clean the entire house or apartment or whatever. It's the same level of entitlement that allows him to just pick his shoes off next to the door and not put them on the shoe shelf. It's the same entitlement that allows him to drop his dirty, skid-marked boxers next to the hamper instead of actually in it. It's the same reason why he never makes the bed. It's the same reason why he leaves his beard trimmings in the sink for you to clean up. It's because he thinks you're a maid. And on top of that, he thinks that's what he deserves for being a disgusting, insatiable slob. He thinks he deserves and is entitled to your eternal and never-ending labor. And like, I'm sorry, but I would be so disgusted watching a man eat and eat and eat until he's just bloated and overstuffed and he's like, oh, I ate too much. I would punch him in the stomach immediately. Just punch him in the stomach as hard as I can, because what the do you mean you ate too much? And now I have to cook again the next day. Once again, it's all about the mindset. It allows him to use you and to take more than what he gives. And like, if he can't be thoughtful enough to ration food, it's no wonder you don't expect him to be thoughtful enough to do anything else, like handle emotional conflict or like think more than one step ahead or be a good father to your children. Come home and do something thoughtful. You can't rely on him to do any chores. You can't rely on him to do the things that he says he's gonna do. He's so comfortable taking more than he gives. That's what this all comes down to. Please never forget that. And please never share your life with a man like this. You want a man who's gonna be like, do you want the last of this? Can I save you some? Are you sure you're okay with me taking this extra amount? You know, what can I do? What can I cook so that you don't have to cook another night? You know what I mean? The reason that she is mad and upset about this is because she knows he's not going to do anything to remedy it. That's why. It's the whole mindset, okay? Please stay safe out there and know that you are justified in feeling much more than just upset about this. If you feel like leaving, I understand that and I respect that and I encourage you towards it, because this is a deeply selfish man that you should stay away from. Mwah.
Living with a man is exhausting. It can be your husband, your boyfriend, your friend, family member. So far, you both of you actually care about each other and you're staying together in the same space. It can be exhausting. When it comes to food, they expect you as a woman to do the cooking. You can get the man that stages the video and say, oh, when a man provides, so you're telling me not to eat a certain amount of food that I provide, that I actually provide, I drop the money. Like, are these men okay? And the fact that he's even comparing women with cars, I don't understand. You provide, okay, eat the raw food. You know what it takes to cook meal every day, every single day in the house. You that you already know that, okay, you cook every day and you're like, you know what, this food is going to last us for 2 days. So tomorrow I'm going to do all that. And probably I'm just going to rest. You don't even have to do anything. I'm going to rest. I'm not going to slave myself in the kitchen. Ah, yes, I'm going to warm the food for us to eat the next day. And now you watching your man devour the food. It's so painful. Like, it's so painful. And to think that this is not only happening to this woman, it's not something that is new. It is something that these men do on a daily basis. They do it intentionally. These men do it intentionally, especially when you tell them, I don't want this food to finish. I want this food to last us for so, 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 and so. They will make sure that it finishes so that you can cook the next day. In fact, so men even go as far as telling you that I do not eat next day food. So if this food even lasted the next day, you have to make something fresh because I might not enjoy it the way I enjoy it today. The intention, I don't know what kind of joy they get when they see women slave for them, especially in the kitchen. Slave for them. And because they provide, they are the ones that go to work and provide, bring the money or buy the food stuff and all of that. They think that they're entitled to everyday meal. I just feel like the solution for her is the next day there's no food. If he's hungry, she enter the kitchen and cook. Women should learn how to be wicked because you cannot just be treating these men as king and in the house. If he finished the food of 2 days, the next day if he's hungry, he should go inside the kitchen and cook. He should cook. Because if he's the one cooking the food every day, he will use his sense and not to finish the food. And this man saying that, oh, men needs to fuel up, men hate more than women. Da, 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 da. Are you a glutton? You finished a food for two that is supposed to take you. This is not the first time she's cooking for you, of course. This is not the first time she's cooking for a man. So she knows the portion of food I eat on a daily basis. So for her to say that this food is going to last for 2 days, she already know that it's going to last for 2 days. So you saying a man needs to fill up, da, 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 da. You're a glutton. You did it intentionally. These men are doing intentionally to hurt their women, to make them want to continue living in the kitchen because being in the kitchen is hot. Kitchen is hot. Even if you have AC in your kitchen, you can choke, you can cough. It's stressful, it's draining. You can even hurt yourself with knives. To me, I just feel like being in the kitchen every day to me is slavery. And you're doing it for everybody in the house. You're the only one doing it. I just feel like it's slavery. If you have a man, both of you should alternate it. It cooks, you cook. Even if it provides, you should cook. Cooking should not just be a woman's job to do because so he finished 2 days. The food that's supposed to last for 2 days, he finished it in one sitting. The next day, is either he's going to enter the kitchen or he's going to buy dinner when he's coming back from work. If not, there's no food in that house. I don't know how you men operate, but that is the best way to treat them. Or don't even live with men because they can be very exhausting. You guys, what is your take on this video? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, Sugar Mara Davis, and thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.